21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
My name is Justin Cooke. I'm founder of a company called Empire Flippers and also a founder at a company called webstreet.co. We started off in the Philippines. My business partner and I moved out there to create an outsourcing company. That didn't work out so well. We ended up building what we call Empire Flippers, which is an internet brokerage for online businesses. We have both buyers and sellers. When we started off, we were living in a townhouse together, trying to hustle a business. And we went from just the two of us with a small Philippines team to selling nearly $500 million worth of websites and online businesses. We started our company after leaving our SEO company in the US. We were mid-level managers working for an SEO company out of Southern California. And we'd had some experience in the Philippines previously. And so we started hiring Filipinos to do some back office work for this SEO company. As we hired more and more people, we eventually realized, hey, we should probably set up a company for our employers. And we kind of outsourced ourselves. So we said, look, why don't we have these back office workers in the Philippines? We'll go over there and work with them to help support your company and other companies as we bring on new clients. So my business partner and I moved from the US halfway around the world to the Philippines to set up this small outsourcing shop to work for our previous employers. Now within a year, this was 2008, 2009, within a year our previous employers started to cut back. And the first person you cut back on are outsourcers, are third parties or contractors. So when they started cutting back on us, we said, what the hell are we gonna do? How are we gonna make money? How are we gonna survive out here? And that's when we came up with the idea of creating these niche websites. So we started creating websites based around really silly kind of terms. So one of ours was like catconstipation.net. Another one was like cremationprices.org. And they were these very niche kind of websites that gave you the information you needed and would be found in Google search. And you could put what's called AdSense on them or advertising. So Google would provide this advertising, people would click on those ads and you get paid. So we started creating these websites and we started doing it at scale. So, these websites would make $30 a month, $80 a month, $150 a month, small little earners. And we started creating these and then we realized there's a market for these. People were interested in buying these small websites. So we started creating websites and then selling them to a growing audience of people over at our company. So after building these small websites, we realized there's a market for selling them. We started selling these websites directly to our audience. And over time, we had people asking us, they said, hey, I'm building websites too. You have this audience of people interested in buying them. Can I sell with you? And initially we said no, because we didn't want to take away our moneymaker, which is selling our own websites. Why would we take a small percentage to sell other people's sites when we're getting the whole shebang selling them directly? Over time though, we realized the bigger opportunity is that there's a lot of people building websites and internet companies that don't have an opportunity or path to sell those businesses, right? And there's a lot of investors out there and acquirers looking to buy those types of businesses. So we created Empire Flippers, which is a marketplace, an online brokerage to allow people to buy and sell internet sites. And my business partner and I started off again with a small team in the Philippines. We allowed people to sell, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 websites. These are making $1,000, $1,500 a month. And as that continued on, we started to scale that business. So we ended up hiring our first hire, foreign hire, expat hire, was another American. And we sold the dream to some degree. We said, look, are you sick of working in a cubicle? Do you not want to work for someone else and go to the office every day and deal with that? Why don't you fly out to the Philippines? We're going to set you up with a place, a maid, have everything taken care of for you. The money won't be great, but you're going to sit directly with us and learn from us as entrepreneurs and how we're building the business. So we flew someone out from the US to the Philippines to help us grow the business. And when we realized that was successful, we started hiring more and more people. So we had this stream of people start to come out to work with us in the Philippines for 6 months, and then eventually they could work and live anywhere they wanted. So it started with one person, then went to 2, and then went to 5, then went to 12. We now have nearly 50 people that work for us, and they are location independent. So they work for us. They're Americans living in Prague, in Bali, in Medellin, Colombia. And we get together a couple times a year, but mostly they're independent. They can live, work, and travel anywhere they want. And we went from selling $30,000 websites to 6-figure sites, $300,000 sites, $2 million sites. Our largest sale to date is about $13 million deal. And then we get a commission on all of those deals. So that's kind of how we make our money. So really our business has been bringing buyers and sellers together and providing a safe, vetted opportunity for them to meet and do business together. So one of the lowest points in growing our business was, from the outsourcing company to creating empire flippers. So with the outsourcing company, as our previous employer started to cut back on us further, we had this office in the Philippines. We were kind of a brick and mortar shop. So we had the desks, we had the computers, we had the people in the office, and there came a point at which we couldn't afford to keep the office open anymore. And so we were like, what are we going to do? We can't really keep the lights on, or if we are, we're not paying ourselves. Like, what do we do? And so we ended up making the decision to shut down the office in the Philippines, sell off, pennies on the dollar, the desks, the computers, everything, and have everyone go remote. And at the time, I felt like a bit of a loser, right? Because in my mind, like my baggage was that if you don't have an office, you don't have a company with people coming in every day, you're not a real company. It's all fake, right? It's not legitimate. And so sending everyone home to work, I felt like a loser, and I was worried that we were gonna have to go back to the US with our tails between our legs and go get jobs, frankly. So what I didn't realize at the time, now I felt that way at the time, what I didn't realize though, is that there's an opportunity to have people work remote that people love, I love, right? So even after this is 2011, 2010, 2011, and I stayed in the Philippines and kind of worked from home. But as my girlfriend at the time, wife now, started traveling, I realized, we can fly off to Bangkok for 2 weeks and still do work. We can fly to Bali. We can fly to Europe for 2 months and still do work. And so in 2014, I gave up the place that we had in the Philippines, and my wife and I went fully remote. So we would live out of Airbnbs and service apartments, 2 big suitcases, and just travel around. And we encourage our employees to do that too. There's no reason you need to be stuck in one place with a fully remote company. You can go anywhere and work anywhere. As long as you're getting the work done, it doesn't matter. So one of the things people ask me a lot, when we got started, like what were your strategies for building your business and how did things work? And what's difficult is that like what worked for us in 2010, 2011, 2012, when we were just getting started may not apply in like 2024, 2025 and beyond, right? Because the strategies and the channels and the platforms change. And so it's really hard for me to give like specific advice about, hey, you should do this blog commenting strategy, right? Because that's not even applicable today. Now, maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's Reels. There's other, methods you can perform. But one of the things I tell, new entrepreneurs when you're getting started is be bold, right? A lot of people start off and they're, kind of timid. We were, right? It took us a long time to hire that first foreign hire, the first American that we brought out to the Philippines. And the reason was because we were just nervous. You're taking on someone else's responsibility, you're putting extra expenses on the business. Why don't we just keep that money for ourselves, right? But you limit your growth when you're not adding people. When you have something that customers want and are willing to pay you money for, it's time to scale the business. and hiring people, smart, capable people that love the business and love the message and the work you're doing are the greatest way to add value to the business and add value to your customers. One of the best ways to find a new entrepreneurial venture is to listen to your customers, listen to your audience, listen to your social circle, and find problems, right? Because entrepreneurship is solving problems. Great example of this is at Empire Flippers, right? We were helping people buy and sell online businesses. But you have to be experienced buyer. You have to know how to run the businesses, buy the businesses. And people will come to us, they say, look, I don't have any experience buying businesses. We're like, well, go figure it out. Good luck. Figure it out, come back in a couple of years and you can buy a business. And what we realized is that we told them this over and over again. And what our customers were saying is, I have a problem. I don't have the skills. Help me build the skills or give me an opportunity to get involved. We didn't want to build a training course. So what we did is we created a company called webstreet.co. What we do there is we pair passive investors with no skills or time with actual experienced entrepreneurs that have proven track record at building online businesses. So we gave them a vehicle or investment vehicle with these operators to invest in the operators to buy businesses and give them a passive return. And so basically what this means is, it took us, we're a little dense, we're a little slow, and we had our customers kind of beating us over the head with this problem. Hey, I want to buy an online business, or I want access to that investment opportunity, but I don't really know how to do it. And we ignored it for a long time. And by being open to listening to your customers and not necessarily delivering what they're asking for, but solving the underlying problem they have is just a wealth of opportunity.
To take my chances, to take my time, to keep on dancing, to walk that line, yeah. You got me shifting the paradigm, no longer wishing, you're my lucky strike, love the way you ride, look into my eyes, say you're ready to go.
So right now, if you go to empireflippers.com, you can look at our marketplace, and there's over 100 listings of profitable earning websites and online businesses right now for sale. Now you have to go through a process. We need to KYC you or know your customer for potential buyers. But whether you're looking to buy or not, if you're curious about how these businesses make money, the types of money they make, how they make their earnings, you can go to the site, put in your information, and then review all the listings, get all the details about how much they're earning, how they earn money. In many cases, we even have an interview with the seller where you can hear from them directly how they built the business, why they built the business, why they think it's successful, what they think the opportunity is for a buyer. So you can do that. Also, if you're a seller, you have an online business, you can go to empireflippers.com. We have a valuation tool. So you can submit your basic information about the business, how much it earns, how long it's been around, etc. And then we'll give you a valuation. Now, that's both a marketing gimmick on our part. We want to drive sellers to our business, but it's actually a tool we use on the back end. So that same exact tool we use to actually list those businesses you'll see on the front end for buyers. So you can do that also if you want to go to webstreet.co. We only take accredited investors, so you'll have to prove your accreditation in the US and even abroad. But once you prove you're accredited, you can look and review the details and the operators that are looking to buy businesses, and you can passively invest in there.
You're my lucky strike, and I got to tell you, if you didn't know, then I got to tell you, that you're my lucky strike, and I got to tell you, if you didn't know, then I got to tell you, you're my lucky strike, cooler than cold, I'm all in, so load up the dice, so heavy, the way that you roll.
So my wife and I have long talked about whether we should have kids, and there's a debate about how many people we need on earth, and some people say we need more, some people say we need less, but ultimately it's a very personal decision, right? And up until now, we haven't chosen to have any children. And so it's been crazy because a lot of our entrepreneurial friends, particularly, I'm in North Houston right now, a lot of our friends in Austin are having babies. It is baby season. Everyone's having kids. And so we're having lots of conversations with them about, having babies and what they have going on. But, the truth is my wife and I love to travel. We love to travel. And so, this summer I mentioned we're going to be in Croatia most likely for a bit of time. We're going to be in Asia in Q4 this year, spending time with her family in the Philippines. And so, it's really hard to do with a baby. Now I say that also knowing that we have a little Pomeranian that we travel with. So I don't know if you can see this. I'll show you our little pup. So this is her when we were in Paris last summer. We have a little white Pomeranian. That's the cutest little thing. And we travel with her everywhere. Like, I know some people leave their dogs at home or with people. Yeah, no, not this dog. She flies in cabin with us. She's a princess and goes everywhere. So we'll be enjoying European summer with our little Pomeranian. So, I mean, look, you can travel with kids, but it's just more difficult. Like, we go to a hotel in Prague and I can leave her in the hotel for 6 hours while we go explore a little bit. I think you get arrested if you leave your baby in the hotel room for 6 hours. I'm not sure. I'm not a parent, but I've heard that that's not a good thing to do. So I think for now, we're going to stick with the dog and continue to travel. But it's definitely been a conversation between my wife and I over the last year or two. So anyway, it's been great doing this interview. I really appreciate it. For anyone listening to this or watching this, if you want to find out more about us, you can go over to empireflippers.com. Again, we've got a valuation tool and we've got a bunch of listings up for sale right now, ranging from $50,000 up to $10 million plus. And then if you're an accredited investor and you want a passive opportunity and way to get involved in this kind of like online business world, you can go over to webstreet.co, fill out your information, and take a look at the offers involved.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Imagine a space where triumphs, trials, and tales of entrepreneurship come alive. Welcome to the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Podcast, a gold awarded journey hosted by Martin Piskarik, connecting with listeners in 95 countries and ranking in the top 0.5% of all podcasts. Join our exclusive community, elevate your perspective, and embark on the path to success.